Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am, and I thought, you know what, let's sit down and let's do a magazine flip through. We have not done one of these in quite a while, so I just grabbed one. I have no idea what it is. It has the cover on it, so let's just get right into it. February of 1991. Holy cow. I'm going to pop this little cover off. Look at what we got. Easy to make bullfrog bank. Crochet from the heart. Quick and easy. Afghan. Heart bouquet. Hair bows. Ballerina bear bank. Penguin bank. All this. So that's a piggy bank? This is pretty. And of course, that's adorable. So let's just... dang, that came out of nowhere. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is patterns that you can order. So like all those. I love that. And that. And then look at these. What are those? Pot holders. Look at that. Those are fashion doll sister sets. And then look at there. That is it says grape jelly. Anyway, let's see, we got the contents, pattern of the month, crochet questions already. It says for 25 years. Oh, okay. I'm a beginner at crochet and I'm teaching myself. The directions often say join with a slip stitch or join with a single crochet, but I can't find clear directions. Can you give me explicit instructions for doing this? I'm interested in how you would join with the single crochet. I mean, I think we all know how to join with a slip stitch. You just slip stitch into your first stitch. So you just single crochet into the first stitch? The answer says to join with the slip stitch, make a loop on your hook, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop formed through the stitch and through the loop on your hook. Here's another way to do it. Insert the hook into your stitch, yarn over and pull up pull a loop through. Hold the loose end of your yarn behind your work and crochet over it for several stitches to secure it in place so you won't pull it out. To join with a single crochet, when you are changing yarn colors, make a loop on your hook, insert hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull the loop through the stitch, pull the loop through both loops on your hook. You can also join with a half double crochet, double, treble, etc. Exactly the same way by making a loop on the hook, yarn over the necessary amount of times for the stitch you are making, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through to finish your stitch as you normally would. Joining with a stitch instead of tying your new color on makes a much neater finished edge on your work. Well, that was clear as mud, I would say. Says, here's the next question. I love to crochet, but my gauge always gives me trouble. I know it's important, but I can't seem to get it right, and I always end up ripping out my work, which is very discouraging. I'm using the correct yarn and hook, but it just never comes out right. Can you help? I'm working on a sweater and I want it to be right. It says everyone's tension differs and that might be your problem. Making a test swatch should solve this. Using the yarn or yarns and hook called for in your directions, make a chain at least 5 inches long. Work the stitches called for in your gauge on the foundation chain until your swatch measures 5 inches square. So work up until it's 5 inches, and then, you start with your chain at 5 inches. So you got 5 inches this way, and then work your stitches up this way until it's 5 inches. So you got 5 by 5. Place your swatch on a flat surface without twisting, stretching, compressing, or changing the shape of your swatch in any way. Measure across the width with a tape measure or ruler. Count the number of stitches following your gauge. Most directions call for a certain number of stitches per inch. Then measure your swatch lengthwise and count the number of rows following your gauge. If your measurements differ from those in your directions, try using a different hook. Use a larger hook if you have too many stitches and a smaller one if you don't have enough. All this takes time, of course, but it's a lot better ripping out a swatch than a whole sweater. Or worse yet, finishing an item only to find out that it doesn't fit. I've thought about doing that. I don't know about you guys, but the number of patterns that I have done following so like when I made her, following the directions, I knew that I had to change because through the times of me making things like this out of older crochet patterns, I have learned that what I will do is make a smaller piece. So I would make a boot or like the headpiece, and I would follow exactly what the pattern says. The yarn they recommend, the hook they recommend, and I just make the smallest piece, and then try it on the doll that the pattern calls for, or try it on the doll that I'm making the pattern for, and depending on how it's fitting, that's how I know that I have to go up or down a hook size or a yarn. Having said that, I know how to do the swatches in those old patterns or older patterns. I know I should do them, but I never do. But what I thought about doing is doing a video showing you guys, like getting a couple of my old patterns together, and without showing the pattern, obviously. And then, going, okay, so this pattern calls for this size swatch and this many stitches in an inch, or some patterns don't even do that. Some patterns say, I don't know exactly remember what they would say, but they say it different, how to do your swatch. So I thought about, getting a couple examples together and showing you guys how, to do those swatches. Let me know in the description box if you guys want me to do that. Description box. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do that. Okay, next question. I love to do filet crochet and love working with old patterns. I've collected some fine ones from antique stores. That sounds like me. But they don't give directions like we have today. Exactly. Trying to figure out these old patterns is a challenge. I need to know how to increase blocks and spaces in net stitch correctly. Can you help? Oh, I forgot that's filet. So this is actually giving a pattern, and I don't want to get in trouble for reading that. So I'm going to skip that, but I forgot that the beginning of the question asked about filet crochet. So like some older patterns, like I have patterns, well, Jean, great, what's the word I want to say? Oh my gosh. Jean gave me an older pattern from the 60s or 50s, and I have a few of them to go with that. And yeah, if you try following those, whoo, those are hard and not. So I've learned little tips and tricks to follow to try to be able to follow the patterns the best I can. And the reason being is because some of those are very hard to understand and very hard to not read. I don't want to say they're hard to read, they're hard to understand. But so I've taught myself little tricks to try to follow it. But that's what I thought she was asking. Anyway. Okay, let's go on to the next question. That's a pattern. I can't read that. How about, I'm designing a baby Afghan, which I... Oh, that scared me. You scared me, Churchy. I'm designing a baby Afghan, which I plan to crochet in squares and then applique with cloth motifs in a circus design. My problem is, what stitch would be best for my squares since I'm planning to applique? I would say singles or half doubles. How do I hold small motifs in place on my squares so the crochet work doesn't stretch while I'm sewing them in place? The answer: lovely things can be made by appliquing on crochet. Here are a few tips that should help keep things going smoothly. First, make your square... Oh, see, I didn't even think of this one. First, make your squares in a single crochet or the Afghan stitch. These work best for applique work. Be sure to block them before you apply your applique motifs. Applique motifs. I can't talk. Hi, Bubby. You want up here? Come here, Churchy. Come here, Churchy. Come on. Oh. Okay, so it says a dab or two of one of the new fabric bonding glues on the market will hold small motifs in place while you are working. Just be sure to apply it to the center of your motifs only, not where you are going to be stitching, and use it sparingly. A little goes a long way and does a great job. You might prefer to tack your motifs in place with scraps of fusible webbing instead. Again, apply only to the center of your he stepped on my gut, right in the middle of my stomach. Where was I? Again, apply only to the center of your motif following manufacturer's directions. Both methods will reinforce your work and keep it neat while you sew motifs in place. Good luck. Yes, the next one is a pattern. It says, this question is, I love all the patterns for crocheted toys, but I sell my work and I'm afraid to make something that will be unsafe. A lot of the cute items that would sell have plastic eyes that are glued on, yeah. Rattles have bells in them, etc. Are there government standards that must be followed in making toys safe? Any information will be greatly appreciated. That's a good question. The answer is the Consumer Product Safety Act of 1972 created the Consumer Products Commission, which sets and enforces mandatory safety standards for products in the United States. Special caution is necessary if you make toys or other items for children. And then it has like a checkmark list. Checkmark number 1, items for children must be too large to be swallowed. Number 2, they must be made so they don't break easily or leave jagged edges if they do break. Number 3, they must have no sharp edges or points that might harm a child. Number 4, they must not be assembled with exposed pins, wires, nails, or other sharp materials. And the last one, they must be made of non-toxic, non-flammable, and non-poisonous materials. The Federal Hazardous Substance Act, which is similar to the Consumer Product Safety Act, prohibits the use of toxic, corrosive, or combustible mixtures or any substance that may cause injury, including things that children might eat. The Flammable Fabrics Act... I know, Churchy. The Flammable Fabrics Act prohibits the sale of interstate commerce of articles that are to be worn and fabrics that are made of highly flammable materials. His wet nose got my chin wet. You can't determine this by looking at fabrics, so if you're making toys for children where fabrics are used, such as clothes or accents of your crochet dolls, it would be good to test the fabrics yourself. A quick way to test fabrics to see if they are dangerous is to hold a match to a small piece of the fabric to see how it burns. Don't use any materials that ignite quickly. Regarding those glue-on plastic eyes, you can make eyes just as lovely and expressive from bits of felt, or you could embroider your faces. If you are making rattles, a few dried beans, some rice, or some unpopped popcorn kernels can be used, and they won't be harmful if the child swallows them should the rattle break. Be careful that your gauge is tight. If you make loose stitches, a child's small fingers might be able to pluck tiny bits of the stuffing material through the crocheted fabric. Polyester fiber fill is best for stuffing because it is washable, non-allergenic, and free of matter that could filter through your work. Be sure you sew your pieces together firmly and securely. Leave a good length when you fasten off so that you can weave it in securely. Crochet toys are just about the safest thing on the market today. With a little common sense, oh, never, ever, ever assume someone has common sense. That is not smart of a person. With a little common... You're being a butt. Where was I at? Crochet toys. With a little common sense and care, you need not fear to make those cute items that will be sure to delight your young customers. Never assume someone has common sense. It's not common anymore. That's it for this time. Hope you found an answer or two for your own projects. And here's a bright idea. If you're like me and you can never have enough space for your material, yarn, hooks, and all those little bits and pieces that suddenly take over your crafting area and never seem to be organized. If you could only see what was behind you. of Massachusetts solved the problem by hanging a plastic shoe bag in her closet. But instead of shoes, she stores all her crocheting supplies in the little compartments. Oh, I know what she's talking about. The thing that has the, yeah. Like that goes, like that's usually on the back of a door, right? Okay, so moving on, we have the International doll, and this one is pretty. They did good on this one. This is Miss Hungry. And granted, this is from 1991. I have no idea if these facts are still accurate or not, but it says, Hungary is a small country in the heart of Europe. Hungarians trace their long history to Magyar, an Asian tribe that settled in the Danube River basin in the 9th century AD. The Magyar have a culture and language that make them quite different from other Europeans. The women wear sleeveless bodices with blouses, full skirts, and colorful aprons. A tall, high cheekbone type of people, the Magyar love to dance the... I have no idea how to say this word. Skazardas, a dance that alternates rhymes of wild exuberance with those of drooping sadness. Here she is. I'll let you go. I'm going to hold this here. You guys can pause it and read that and try to explain not try to explain, but try to pronounce the words that I have no idea how to pronounce. But isn't that cute? My stomach just growled if you guys heard that. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden. And I wanted to see if her boots are crocheted, but I don't think they are. But now we have a Popery coat hanger. Wow. Okay. It's a snap to crochet our favorite It's a snap to crochet our fragrant potpourri-filled coat hanger cover, a great bazaar item. That is really... So I have, like, I'm processing is what I'm doing. I have seen these several times, but I had no idea they had potpourri in them. That is really creative. So in my mind, I'm thinking, man, all those wire hangers instantly makes me think of that movie. All the wire hangers I have in my closet, and you could do that and just. I wonder if it, like the potpourri that you would use inside would be too overbearing on your, like in your clothes. So then when you took your clothes off the hanger, or do you put the clothes on the hanger? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, man, what if the potpourri has you smelling way too strong? But what if maybe that's just for decoration? Hair cover, hook cover, finishing. It doesn't say. Will you guys let me know if you guys know? Are you supposed to use that to hang clothes on, or is that just for decoration? Because that is really cool. I like that. But anyway, all right, we're going to move on. Now we have Take This Stairway to My Heart Afghan to new heights as you celebrate the month of love in pretty fashion. This is cute. I love that. I'm curious as to why. So, this is how my mind works with things. So in my mind, the photographer would have laid that out nice and neat and pretty. So I'm wondering why it's so wrinkled in the picture, which makes me think it's wrinkled because all of the, yeah, that's crocheted. All of the edging has made it too wrinkly. Am I the only one that thinks like that? Because I'm thinking, why is this not, you know, flattened out, laid out, nice and pretty? But anyway, I think it's very cute and pretty. And it's simple. The bars, like, you know, the bars with hearts, it's just it's a simple design, but creative. It is made using... Oh, it's not an Afghan stitch. Really? I thought for sure that would have been an Afghan stitch. No. That is just single crochets. And a 5.5 hook. That's cool. Heirloom pattern collection. Wow. So this is advertising. Sorry, I was reading a notification. This is advertising a sale, heirloom pattern closeouts. Our warehouse is filled to the brim with thousands of timeless heirloom pattern books, and because we're desperate for space, you can help yourself to bushels of bargains. As a matter of fact, the more you help us clear out our warehouse, the more we'll help you save. All books $1.75. Get a free book for every $10 ordered. The jumbo book of patterns, get all 3 for $5. The Poinsettia Library of Christmas Handicrafts. Old-time needlework patterns and designs. Filet crochet. Crochet book library. Heritage needlework library. And miscellaneous. That's cool. You could have bought all 39 books for $49.95. This is something I would have done. Shipping. Choose a free book. They're $10. Outside US, add 2 additional postage and handling. $2. That's cool. Okay. Woo. Country ribbons, afghan, and pillow. Shades of rose and a pretty blue combine into a lovely and easy country ribbon, afghan, and pillow. Have we seen this? Have I shown this before? Because this looks really familiar to me. If not, I love the color combination in that. Can you guys see the pattern on the pillow? If I hold it this way, the color pattern. That is really pretty. Man, I swear I've shown this before in another magazine. If not, I like it a lot. Oh, this is Father and Son Pullovers. Your men can chase those winter chills away when they wear blank blank charming father and son pullovers. Which, this is aggravating to me because you cannot see the pullovers. I mean, you see that, you know, they're wearing sweaters, right? But you can't see the stitch. You can't see the design. They're just wearing sweaters. It's made from Karen Dazzler. Never heard of that. I do have to say, the dad isn't bad on the eyes. Oh, now look at her. Child's Jiffy Basic Pullover. Lion brand Jiffy Basic yarn crochets into the perfect child's pullover, here modeled in red and white. She's adorable. And her little Raggedy Ann. If you guys can hear that, that's Churchy snoring. That's cute. I really like that. And she is adorable. Oh, there's Raggedy Andy right next to her. I didn't even see him, see his head. I love her big old dark eyes. Okay, we have pattern. Okay, here is the pattern of the month. Circle of Hearts wall hanging. A Pennsylvania native, blank blank, is a mother of 3 and a registered nurse, a crocheter for 30 years. She said it was the Pattern of the Month contest in Crochet World that gave her the push she needed to actually submit a design for possible publication. Her first design appeared in our November-December 88 issue. Besides crochet, she enjoys plastic canvas, knitting, some sewing, but her true love is crochet. It says, on Valentine's Day, greet your honey or treasured guest at the door, which has been adorned with blank blank romantic circle of hearts wreath. It's interesting because I'm trying to see what's in the middle, and I think it's just like the fake flower stems with little red balls, and then she just crocheted little hearts and put that in there. It's really cute. Isn't that neat? You can look at it close. See, right here is what I was talking about. That's neat. And they have an ad, recipes for kids, 64 pages of recipes your children will love to make and enjoy. Open the cookbook to any of the tasty recipes, set out the ingredients, and watch the fun. Nutritious, fun, and fast recipes for the after-school snack attack. Your kids will love recipes like ice cream cone cupcakes, hurry-up tacos, Coney Islands, and more. Each recipe is easy to make and tested for children appeal. Order yours today. Only $1.95. $1 shipping. Oh, look at this. It's a Valentine bib. Babies can tell it like it is by wearing their very own red and pink Valentine bib. Look at it. That's as big as the picture is, but it says, I love my mommy and daddy. It is so adorable. I love that. Aww. I wonder how, if it's Velcro or tied or snap. It's a snap fastener on the back. It's so cute. Aww. It's 90 rows. No, 112 rows. Oh, I love that. And then we have little hair bows. Says your choice of sizes. Our easy to make hair bows can be crocheted in a jiffy as an instant wardrobe accessory. And it's just little bows. Ooh, that's pretty. Lace Afghan. Churchy, you are breathing. Hey. Hi, bubbies. Look at that. I'm trying to get it real close so you can see the stitch pattern. See like the X things in the middle? That is huge. So it's 50 by 67. I thought maybe it would say chain 219. Oh, it's popcorn. That's what the things in the middle are, popcorn stitches. Ooh, and look at the border. That is really neat. I can't believe how big it is. Okay. We got the crochet stitch guide. Oh, look. It's cats. It's filet cats. Are you kidding me? I might have to make this. It says crochet a Valentine's Day heart and kittens baby Afghan for your child and watch him cuddle up with his blankie. So here is the Afghan, which, I mean, you can't really see what's happening because of the way the picture is. But look at the... See? It's cats and hearts! Isn't that adorable? I love it! Ah! And you can see... You see there's the cat. And then here's the hearts. I am sorry, guys. It's been a long day. I just think that is too stinking cute. And that'd be so easy to make a pillow. I just put a cat. I just take the pattern, take the cat part, and there you go. Make a matching pillow. Oh, I might have to do that. Oh, that is too cute. Oh, look at this. Hearts and Flowers contest winners. You kind of can't see. Let me... Oh, dang it. Okay, so this is first place, which it only shows half of it. But that is a doily. And then the second place winner is an Afghan. But I don't know what it says. And I don't see... Oh, okay. So I can see it. I can see it in this little black and white picture right there. And it says, "Now I lay me down to sleep." But it's out of popcorns. See it? That is so cool. And then, oh, no. That's third place. Really? One second, everyone who... Yeah, second place. Winner who tells us crochet 5 hours a day, radio and TV, just give a is like this little pot right there with the little flowers and leaves. That's really cool. Still, my heart is on that kitten and the kitten and hearts. I just think that is the cutest thing. So here's another Valentine Hearts doily. It says 8 red hearts circle a bright red rose to celebrate the day of love in our Valentine Hearts doily. That's pretty. I hope you guys couldn't tell. I just yawned again. I yawned behind the magazine. Okay, we got pattern. Oh, here's the little banks. The little penny savers. Ballerina bear, pigmouth bullfrog, and penguin are here just in time for the saving season. Crochet these cute little penny savers that your kids will adore. Pigmouth? What? Oh, it's a Pringles can. Ah! 8.5 inches tall. So is the Pringles can cut? Yeah, it is. Interesting. So there are those. That one's cute. Pattern. Here is a heart tissue box cover. Crochet a sweet heart tissue box cover for Valentine's Day or any day. This is cute. And you can see... Oh, don't show the pattern on. See the little hearts? That is adorable. I was just sitting here thinking, do you know how long it's been since I've seen pink tissues? And I remember my grandma having them, I think. Good grief. Here we have a Ring of Hearts collar. This is interesting. Crochet World Index to Volume 12. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Oh, here's the Popery. These are fun. And in case you did not know, Crochet Popery means a means by which crocheters swap ideas, information, friendship squares, and generic pattern requests. This one is from Watertown, New York. Desperately looking for patterns for baby food jars. I've been saving them for the past 6 months and have had no luck in pattern searching. Help. Would also like to start a friendship Afghan. So would like 6-inch squares from all over. Have lots of patterns and will look for what you need. Self-addressed stamped envelope, please. Neat. Says, oh, wow, this is cool. I am searching for a specific doll dress pattern for a 30-inch antique reproduction doll. The skirt is circular, done in the pineapple design. The bodice is a simple design, and the pineapple has again been incorporated in a ruffle above the sleeve, which is cut and sewn material. A book on old crocheted doll dress patterns might be useful since I am not a crochet expert, rather a doll maker trying to recreate this costume. She's from Golden, Colorado. And there's a picture of the doll that she's looking for. Look at that. Focus on her, not me. See the pineapple in the skirt of the dress, and then you can barely see it in the sleeve right there. That is so cool. Oh, yeah. Man, I hope you guys aren't tired watching this. If not, I'm probably making you tired. Sorry, I was sitting on the corner of my cardigan. I couldn't get off of it. Okay, the next one from DC says, I've been trying for months to find directions for 1- and 2-piece crocheted dresses. Any leads? That was a fast one. So this one is from Kelly's Island, Ohio. Am disposing of many crochet and craft books, single patterns, and a few old 10-cent books. If interested, write and enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope. I'm remembering what SACE means. Oh man, I would write her and be like, I'll take every one of them. Here's a box. Here's postage. That's just more for my collection. Okay, so the next one is from Venango. Venango. Venango, Pennsylvania. Says, would like to trade my old 10-cent Lily Star and JP and Coates books for Harlequin Books by Betty Niels. I haven't the slightest clue what that is. So she's asking to trade Crochet Books for Harlequin Books. So, like, that's a publishing house. Is that right? A publishing house book? The Harlequin? I think I know what that is, maybe. One of you guys will have to let me know in the comments. Okay, so this says, this past year I learned to crochet. Good job. She's from Naples, Maine. If anyone has any stuffed animal patterns they'd like to send me, I'd greatly appreciate them. Would also be interested in receiving any odds and ends of yarn. Will travel locally to get them. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, this is from Ovid, Michigan. Right? M-I is Michigan. M-O is Missouri. M-E is Maine. Yeah, I think M-I. Yeah, M-I is Michigan. Says, I acquired 20 feather dusters when a friend died of cancer. She had dressed them somehow, but no one knows. Wow, what? Sorry, I got tongue-tied for a minute. Let me start that over. It says, I acquired 20 feather dusters when a friend died of cancer. She had dressed them somehow, but no one has the pattern, so I would appreciate one. I also received a bunch of doll heads and would especially like the farmer and his wife pattern that fits over a dish liquid bottle. I'm 75 and do a lot of crocheting, but have cataracts and can't use fine thread anymore. My cousin has a sewing machine and she can assist me. Oh, so they're not crocheted, they're sewn, I'm assuming. Is that what she means? Man, that got me all kinds of excited. It's like, dang. Okay, so the next one is from Tampa, Florida. It says, would like to exchange patterns, but you'll have to tell me what you'd like. I have crocheted for 34 years, been collecting patterns for 20. My collection includes 10-cent patterns back to the 40s. Animals, doilies, baby outfits, sweaters, placemats, tablecloth, afghans, and many more. I like pineapple patterns, me too, and am trying to find a rose and pineapple bedspread pattern. I have the materials, gauge, and photograph, but no directions. Would like bed doll patterns too. Wow, that has my interest piqued. Rose and pineapple bedspread. Okay, so the next one is from Dixon, Illinois. Will pay postage and copy costs for an adopted kid coat pattern. I know what that is. If you guys, oh, I have no idea what video it was, but basically an adopted kid is the, like, you guys correct me, the knockoff brand or the generic brand of a Cabbage Patch doll. And remember, I'll tell you guys something in just a second. I just saw, I was like, really? Because they have adopted kids, and then, what was the other one? I want to say foster kids. Was that what it was? You had the adopted kids and the foster kids. I just think that's the dumbest thing. I'm sorry. All right, so we have 3 left, and Gastonia, North Carolina is this one. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It says, I am looking for pen pals and pattern traders. Am especially interested in fashion doll clothes, slippers, and plastic canvas patterns. I would love to hear from some of my old pen pals whom I've lost touch with. Please send your pattern list with your letter. Neat. So this one is from Evansville, Indiana, which we're going there soon. And it was just odd that I saw Evansville. Like, I know that. I was just right over there. Well, it's not really. It's like 3 hours south of me. East of me. Says, I make doilies and put them in metal rings for wall hangings. Am looking for a filet pig and drum pattern. That's cute. And the last one is from Canada. Nova Scotia, Canada. Help. Searching for oval and round tablecloth patterns, peacock patterns for all types, original books, and a swan pattern. I can trade. Just ask for what you want. Pen pals welcome. Huh. That's weird. There, like at the bottom of the page, there's a picture, and it looks like a legal document, and it says U.S. Postal Service Statement of Ownership, Management, and Circulation. I don't know what that's for. Anyway, first time I've coughed the whole time. All right. So we are at the advertisements, last few pages, and I mean, it's just like sewing machine, a lift chair, a cookbook, but this has caught my attention. Hugga Bunnies to Crochet. All 3 bunnies, $4.95 plus $1.25 shipping and handling. But look how cute they are. Maybe I shouldn't post the phone number of that But aren't those cute? I love this one with its eyes closed. Oh, that's not crocheted. Okay. So then, at last, the Crochet Guild of America. Join our nationwide network of crochet lovers. Our quarterly newsletter offers you informative articles covering every aspect of crochet, exciting contests, original patterns and ideas, plus much more. 1 year membership, only $15. I wonder if that's still a thing. We have classifieds. Then we have a cookbook. And then we have Show It Off. I like looking at these. So, Heavenly Baby Afghan. For her stepsister's new baby. I've never tried an Afghan pattern like this before, but it was easy. I was used to making granny square Afghans, but they were getting pretty boring. Her sister adored it, but Yvonne told us that the husband was more excited about it. He looked at it all evening, giving me praise. It's always a great feeling to make something for someone who likes it so well. I wish the pictures on these weren't so tiny. I can see it says baby, and then a star, moon, or sun and moon. And then it almost looks like there's something else too, but I can't tell what it is. And that's the only picture they have. And then it says, the next one says, we live in Berkshire Mountains and the winters are very cold. She's from Peru, Massachusetts. I designed this robe for my daughter, Jasmine. It not only keeps her warm, it's durable, and by adding rows to the sleeves and hem, it will last for several years. Well, that's cute. And how cute is she? She looks like a little princess. And then the last one, a crocheter for 40 years, blank blank, of Elkhart, Indiana, recently decided she should come up with some original patterns. I used a catalog mailbox picture as a model to make a rural mailbox. Made from knit crocheting and stiffened with fabric stiffener, it stands about 7 inches tall. I'm proud of my first attempt at designing an original pattern. It's so cute. You know what it reminds me of? Whenever I was in school, we used to have a box that we would like design it for Valentine's Day, and then we'd take it to school, or we would design it in school like a shoebox, and then the kids would put your Valentines in the box. This would be so cute for that. Aw. There's an Irish crochet christening set that you could have bought the pattern for. And that's it. That is the end. Well, thank you guys. Churchy loving on my neck's got me all itchy. Right there. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys thought and then answer my 15 questions. And yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.